Welcome to 814 Recap. Actually, it's technically more like a preview than it is a recap.
814 preview.
Owner, GM, Jerry Jones of 814 Wrestling, AC Norway, TV's Mike
Bald-headed
Edwards,
demon, Mr. Clean, Cheesin'.
and Todd. All right, well, we're going to talk about Dealer's Choice, and Mr. Norway has decided to talk about the tag team match, I
guess I could clearly go on a tirade over brotherhood. Understand where you think that just because you're the tag team champions that you're going to control what happens. And call me all the names you want to. That's fine. Right, Jerry Jones?
Yeah.
Whatever. So anyway, let's get on with the show, and they'll deal with everything later.
By the way, in his defense, he does not look like Mr. Clean. He looks more like the Scrubbing Bubbles. Had the dome on top, and they had a little brush on top, like the beard. Anyway, going on the show, besides that matchup, of course, we have the Brotherhood versus Dirty Dynasty versus the Sons of Mifflin County Tag Team Great Championship on the line.
Absolutely.
And
What better way to have it on the line than a triple threat tag team match?
Sorry, my lunch is ready.
Is that important?
Nope, lunch is ready. Anyway, so we got the titles on the line. Finally, well, I shouldn't say finally, but after what happened last show, Sons of Mifflin County and Dirty Dynasty are going to get what they deserve after the Brotherhood screwed up their match.
Well, yeah, they claim that, well, they're going to be done. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. Just come in and defend your titles like you're supposed to.
That's all you're asking of them.
And heck, for the love of God, if you lose them, bring them back.
That's a good point. Do the right thing. Well, let's change gears now that you got that out of your system.
Listen, I've got a lot of stuff in my system, and I know I'm supposed to calm down.
You're supposed to be calm.
I got 2 days away from surgery. I'm not calm.
And I'm trying not to fire you up, all right? I'm trying to just give the fans what they want, which is some perspective into the matches and into our shows.
So we want to discuss the wheel.
We're going to discuss the wheel.
No,
Let's leave that for the last.
Do whatever you want.
That's what they call a cliffhanger.
That's the way that goes.
We call that a cliffhanger. Anyway, we also have, in addition to that matchup, we have the brand new Legacy champion, Luke Lee, won in that great ladder match in Altoona. Casket match. My bad, my apologies.
Casket match, yes.
Great matchup.
I still hear Stevie screaming.
In your sleep?
Yes.
Better than the heavy breathing he had last time he had the phone. That was a little creepy.
I will agree.
Now, Luke Lee, as I understand it, if you've seen the graphics on 814 Wrestling,
he's going to choose an opponent.
Right. Normally, a new champion, the tradition is they come out and do an open challenge. He's not doing an open challenge. He has a special announcement. I guess he's going to call somebody out himself.
He's going to make that announcement this Saturday. So I'm interested to find out who he's deciding to face. He might just choose me.
That's possible.
We all know he has no love for me.
I think you guys might be on a good, maybe level playing field right now. You guys might be all right. But we'll see how that turns out. We'll see. I mean, you did have surgery, so you'd be an easy win. Not to mention, now we have that six-man tag team matchup, part 2, DNA and the Freak Show with Freaky Tad Jarvis.
Freaky Tad Jarvis, absolutely. But they're not that kind of freaks.
They're not, but he is.
That's what I heard.
Some real disturbing stuff on that laptop is.
Did you ever get on his... No, never mind.
No.
Okay.
You don't want to.
I understand.
I'm not that kind of freak either. So anyway, we got that matchup again. Now, last time, Tad seemed to have thought that the matchup was for the 814 title, which is why he was trying to get the pinfall from Freak. You didn't make that matchup this time, did you? You didn't say whoever wins is the 814 champion in this matchup.
No.
Okay, I want to make it clear so that, Tad, it's not for the 814 title, so try and get along with your tag team partners. Manchild likes you.
I mean, you want my honest opinion on that. I think he gets along with his tag team partner.
Well, yeah.
Just not the other guy doesn't get along with him.
You mean the other bald-headed demon?
Mr. Clean.
Okay.
Scrubbing Bubbles.
He's definitely not Scrubbing Bubbles. He's not that kind of freak either.
No.
So now, we got some other matches, of course, on the card, but we're going to get to what is normally the main event, which is the PA Grand Championship.
Right, Zach Ramsey's.
Zach Ramsey's. Zach Ramsey's got jumped by Rev Ron Hunt. For a while there, I was starting to think that maybe the two of them were in cahoots after he helped Zach get the title from Tony. But then he jumps Zach in that match, in a rematch with Tony.
If you're going to spend the rest of the day trying to figure that out, I think you try to do something else that's more productive.
And I am.
That's a hard thing to understand. Rev right now is in a position that I've never seen him in before, so to try to figure out or decipher what's even going on in that cranium of his.
Well, like you said, the heavy breathing that he does whenever he calls you when you guys are supposed to be talking. And then the comments he makes afterward when he texts you, it's like, I'd love to know what's going on in his head, but the only person who knows that is Rev right now. So let's get on to that matchup. Zach Ramsey does not have an opponent yet at Dealer's Choice, which is going to bring us to the wheel.
The Dealer's Choice wheel.
Right. So how are we going to determine who goes on this board?
Well, that's going to be really easy. So whoever wins their match will get 3 spots on the board.
So, like if the Freak Show wins, you're going to have like 3 members of the Freak Show and tag?
No, whoever in a tag team match now, whoever gets the pinfall will become that person. So it's only going to be 1 member of a tag team.
So Tad is not getting along with Freak, and you decide you're going to add this for a little bit more?
I mean, it could add to that, I guess, if you're looking at it that way.
So that means you're going to have, with the matches, you'll have 5 winners for 3 spots, and then 1 Dealer's Choice spot.
Absolutely.
And then Zach Ramsey's.
He's going to spin the wheel to see what happens.
So it could be one of the 5 winners, but if he gets a Dealer's Choice, he can challenge anybody he wants.
Anybody he wants if he lands on Dealer's Choice.
So he could, if he wanted to, he could challenge Drew.
Well, yeah.
He could challenge Todd.
Or you.
He wouldn't do that. Zach really just respects me.
Well,
say my promo.
As long as you just stand on the apron and don't go through the ropes.
That's why he respects me, because I'm smart. I knew better. He might even pick Doc.
He could.
That's very interesting. So you don't know, he doesn't even know who his opponent is, and it's a good way for him to blow off some steam, I guess.
It could be anybody. It could be one of the 2 Fresh Face Initiative. It could be Thomas Mathis. It could be Pat Angel. It could be anybody.
Wow. This is shaping up to be a pretty big deal right here, no pun intended, for Dealer's Choice.
I mean, I think the opportunities are there. And think about this. You get chosen, or the wheel chooses you, right?
Right.
And you get a title shot. Maybe, possibly, right? And you win. What could that do for your career, you know?
Yeah, any day, anybody can beat anyone. You just have a lucky day, you have a good day, champ yourself on his game a little bit, you might be the new champ, you can walk out.
And I think at this point, I think he's probably off of his game.
With everything that's going on with Rev and Tony, I think you're right. Not to mention, let's not just factor in that we have the spin the wheel of Dealer's Choice. You've got these great matches, but we've also got the Hall of Fame ceremony going on first. I saved the best for last, which is the Hall of Fame ceremony. 4 great inductees. I'm going to go over the inductees real quick. We already introduced them, but I'm going to start with the Starlight Gaze, one of the best tag teams that was in Phoenix Pro Wrestling. Unfortunately, I came along a little too late to really appreciate them, but I did get to call a couple matches when they reunited briefly. One of the best tag teams out there, 2 great individuals. You got 2 great solo wrestlers as well. Brittany Force, former La Femme champion. She's been pretty much everywhere as far as wrestling. She's done stuff in the big leagues. She's been all over the indie circuit. I mean, she's had a hell of a career. It's about time that we give her her flowers.
Absolutely.
Of course, Cousin Otis. Now, when we talk about 814 Wrestling, we talk about 814 Wrestling. We celebrate AON, Phoenix Pro, and Eclipse Wrestling. We have all the histories. No one person exemplifies all 3 like Cousin Otis. This is a guy started in AON, managing the Red River Rebels. He had the Hell and Back Empire. This was a guy that was in Phoenix Pro, Managed for a while there the Blue Collar Slaughterhouse. Managed James Ford. Was in Eclipse. Managed the Static Age. Max Morrison managed Max Morrison while he was the Eclipse heavyweight champion. This guy has pretty much managed champions, been through all the promotions. I mean, nobody, like I said, nobody exemplifies 814 wrestling quite like Cousin Otis. I always call him Cousin Otis, that's what he was known in the original AON, but Otis P. Hellenbach. And of course, last but definitely not least, Virgil. Now, I have been asked a few times why we're inducting Virgil. He didn't really wrestle too much for us. The main reason is that Virgil has made several appearances between the second coming of AON and Eclipse Wrestling. He's made appearances. You could just see how much, when fans would talk to him, you could see his eyes light up and how happy he was and just enjoying himself at the shows. Not just that, but the fact that it seems like every indie wrestler out there, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, seems to have a Virgil story. We tell them behind closed doors because some of them are not safe for kids and grandparents to listen to. But everybody's got a Virgil story, everybody's got a favorite Virgil story. This is a guy that should be in a Hall of Fame. And we're taking that initiative and putting him in ours. Just the amount of time I got to spend with him.
Absolutely.
Amazing person. We're sorry he is gone. I'm sorry we couldn't do this while he was still with us, but still an honor nonetheless. That about sums it up for Dealer's Choice, unless there's something else that you'd like to say. Would you like to talk about the Brotherhood a little bit more, maybe?
I think the Brotherhood know where I stand with everything, and I'm definitely not partial, but good luck in your triple threat tag team match, guys.
We'll see you next time right here in the 814 Wrestling Recap.